Golden State's defense was definitely hurt by Draymond Green not being there. That's what allowed LeBron James to have the night he had. And yeah, he's been throwing out the numbers. Like I said, he's going to have his numbers. He's that good. You're not going to ever completely take him out of a game. Now, he could have an off night. Anybody can have an off night. You had an article came out today, Tim Donaghy. If you guys remember him, he was the referee a few years ago who was suspended, lost his job, said that referees will do certain things to almost fix the games. Now, he didn't directly use that word, fix, but he alluded to that's what they'll do. They'll hold grudges. They'll call certain calls, make certain calls, not make certain calls. Well, he came out and he said, look at the game. Tell me I'm wrong. Look at how that was done and tell me the NBA, there wasn't some kind of an influence there for that team to go the way it did. Even with the Draymond Green suspension and the foul he got. And LeBron didn't get. Even though his coach got fined $25,000 for talking about the refs. We're not going to fine the king because that's the money maker. We need that out there to fill our pockets. I talked about that already. But like I said, that was the worst game I've ever seen. We had two guys for the first time in the history of the finals go for over 40 points on the same team, on a road team. That doesn't happen. Now, some people say even if Draymond was there, Cleveland was going to win. No, I disagree. Because LeBron James was able to get off. He was able to get those drives to the basket and get those layups. He was able to get the looks because of a little bit more space that was there on his jump shot that he wasn't getting when Draymond was defending him and then switching out with Iguodala. Now, Iguodala's Iguodala. He's going to have flashes. He's not an all-star to me. He's a great utility player. He's a great dunker. He's got great hands on the defensive end. But he takes shots that he doesn't need to take. And last night, it looked like he was trying to win himself another MVP. And that zapped his energy because he started. And he didn't have what he needed to cover LeBron for as long as he had to cover. Now, Game 6 coming up tomorrow night in Cleveland. Will Golden State come out and win their second straight championship in the city of Cleveland? If you go with the theory that the NBA is rigged, no, they won't. The NBA wants this to go to a Game 7 in Golden State so they can have all the drama, all the extra attention, get the ratings, get that extra dollar. So, do I think Golden State wins tomorrow night? No, I don't. Not with how Game 5 went. I think this goes to 7 games now because that's what the NBA needs. That's what they want to happen. Now, there's not going to be a paper trail. Nobody will be able to prove anything's rigged. It's all conspiracy. I understand that. But when certain things just don't add up right, there's something else going on. Y'all got to know that. There's something else going on. We got Game 6 tomorrow night. Bo gets out. Knee's not going to work for the rest of the finals. They're going to have to sit him. It doesn't look like he's going to need surgery, but he's not going to be able to do anything that he's been doing so far in this series. You've now lost your presence down low of blocking shots, which will affect the rest of their defense. Maybe not as much as Draymond Green being completely out of the game, because they can put Azili in. Spates can come in and, give you a little help, even though he likes to hang out around the perimeter. But Bo get out. That's going to be a big thing for Cleveland to take advantage of tomorrow night. They're going to have to drive. They're going to have to get to the foul line. If this is a straight-up game and both teams come with their best, the way they did in Game 5, regardless of what the refs did, both teams pretty much had their best performance of the series, offensively and defensively. Now, sure, Golden State shut it down with 2 or 3 minutes to go, took their starters out, and lived to play another day, which I don't like that about professional sports. You teach kids, you play till the clock's over, you play till the whistle, and these guys are coming out early with time left. And, it's like, oh, well, they make millions of dollars. We can't afford an injury. Well, they could get hurt walking to the bus. They could slip in the shower while they're changing after the game. That's not necessarily helping them stay safe, okay? I'm sick of that argument. Great thing about the finals, Craig Sager. If you guys know basketball, you know Craig Sager. You know his suits. You know what he brings to a sideline interview. He gets to be a part of his first finals. He's been battling cancer this year. I don't know if you guys were aware of that or not, if you've seen the stories. But he's battling cancer. This is his first finals he really gets to be a part of, thanks to a deal with ESPN and TNT and how they have the finals worked out. So good for him. That's one thing that's really awesome. One thing that was really funny about all this, internet's great. Everybody has their opinion. Everybody gets to make jokes. Everybody gets to make their memes. And there was a meme going out this week about LeBron and Kyrie's 41 points. And it was a picture of Kobe. And it said, "Oh, LeBron, Kyrie, 82 points together. That's great. Me and my boy Brian Cook got 83." In reference to Kobe's 81-point game where Cook had 2 points in the game. Now, I first saw that. I shared it on Google. It made me laugh. I thought it was funny. But LeBron, over the last decade, LeBron James has more 40-point games than the rest of the NBA has combined. Okay? That is very impressive. Like I said, the man is going to get his stats. Oh, here's a team. We're going to move on from the NBA now. I got to move on. I got other things we need to talk about today before the show's over. We got about 10 minutes remaining left, and I got to get to the Let's Get Real portion. So I'm going to move on. NHL Finals happened. I was wrong about the San Jose Sharks winning in 6. The Penguins did pull it out in 6. This is their second title since the 2009 season, so congratulations to Pittsburgh and the Penguins. That is awesome. Other NHL notes going into next season as the Penguins will look to defend. The NHL has chosen Las Vegas as their expansion city. So we are now looking at possibly an NHL team, and if Oakland Raiders go ahead and move, an NFL team being in Vegas. So that will be 2 professional sports franchises. Let's do some baseball notes. I haven't done too many baseball notes so far this season. One that got me is Pete Rose talking about how Ichiro potentially tying his hit record, which he went ahead and did and passed today. Doesn't count because his stats were from Japan, and that's just a different level of baseball. And that got me to thinking, what other sports, what other players did that affect, something like that? And instantly I remembered Warren Moon. Warren Moon played in Canada before he played in the NFL. If you add together all of his professional passing yards, he's at just over 70,553 yards. Okay? He had over 21,000 in Canada, over 49,000 in the NFL. Just his NFL yards put him at 7th all-time in all professional football. Okay? His Canadian yards plus his NFL yards, all professional football yards, put him at 3rd all-time, just behind Favre and Manning. To me, Ichiro's hit record counts because it's not Major League Baseball's record. Now, they can have their own record as far as their organization. But as far as comparing it to like how professional football's Hall of Fame, the professional baseball record now belongs to Ichiro. Major League Baseball's record can be Pete Rose's, even though he has nothing to do with baseball anymore because he wants to gamble. Big up to the hometown Rockies. They had the Yankees in town this week. They went ahead and swept them right out of town, beat them 13-10 in the first game and 6-3 in the second game today. Arenado went ahead and hit his 20th home run on the season, tying him for Major League Baseball lead. And with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and it's time to get real. All right, let's get real about this. The Lions this week, I don't know if you saw this, the Detroit Lions, my Detroit Lions, my team, the team I root for the last 25 years, the team everybody loves to hate, has decided to move forward and add cheerleaders to their roster. Cheerleaders. I'm not down with that. I don't want cheerleaders. One of the things I took pride in is that the Detroit Lions, one of the original teams in the NFL, did not have cheerleaders. That we were not one of those teams that was just selling these women to make us some more money. These women don't make very much money per season. They make a few $100s a game. Some of them only make $1,500 a season. On the millions of dollars in calendars and appearances that they have to attend and be a part of. Now, not just that, but what do they have to do with pro football? They're not cheering on the team. The players have no intention of paying attention to them. They're not rooting for anybody at a pep assembly. The players don't need that in the NFL. The fans don't need it. If you're there to watch the cheerleaders, you shouldn't have a ticket. You're one of the fools that's driving up ticket prices because they know you'll come out for something other than the game. You're the reason I can't go to the game. I'm sick of it. We don't need cheerleaders. We don't need extra entertainment. If you don't like football how it is, don't go to the game. Don't participate. Don't watch. With that being said, y'all, thank you so much again for tuning in with me. It's a lovely Wednesday here in Denver. We got great weather. It's still bright and sunny out. Go have a barbecue. Go have yourself a good time. And tune in again with me on Sunday. Follow us on Facebook, Real Deal Sports Talk with KP. Follow us on Twitter, Real Deal KVP. Look for my app coming out in the next day or so. It's waiting to be published by Google as we speak. You'll be able to find it in the App Store, Real Deal Sports Talk with KP. Please check that out. Right now, we are only going to be on Android. If the show picks up and I start getting some advertising and stuff like that, we will also move an app onto iTunes at that point. But right now, we are only on Android, so look for it in the next couple days on the Google Play. And until next time, everybody, be real.